Hey everybody, Driftbuggy here, and today I would like to introduce to you one of the best buffing towers in the game. That's right, I'm talking today about the top and a little bit in the middle path Alchemist. This tower has some of the most versatile buffs in the game, ranging from status effects that apply directly to a tower, to crippling debuffs that cause crazy chain explosions. Even if you're a seasoned game veteran and know how the Alchemist works already, this video may likely teach you something about the tower that you may have not known already. Starting off with its top path buffing options, we have an upgrade that is kinda irrelevant for the buffing by itself, which is the larger potion upgrade. All it does is increase the Alchemist's space attack pierce by 5 to a total of 20. Next up, we have the acidic mixture dip upgrade, which makes the Alchemist start throwing a buffing potion every 10 seconds that makes the tower do 1 extra damage to Moabs and ceramics for 10 attacks. It also gives lead popping power for those attacks, along with the ability to do extra fortified lead damage, but not to DDTs. Next, we have the Berserker Brew upgrade, which makes the Alchemist throw a buff that lasts for 5 seconds or 25 attacks, whichever one comes first, to nearby towers that give 1 extra damage, 10% extra range, 11.1% extra attack speed, and 2 extra pierce. It also applies a global 5-second cooldown for the newly buffed tower to get buffed again. Now, the fourth upgrade, we have Stronger Stimulants, which increases the range buff to 15%, the attack speed buff to 17.6%, the pierce buff to +3, and increases the amount of attacks it can be on the tower to 40, and the time it can be on the tower to 12 seconds. Finally, for the 5th tier upgrade, we have Permanent Brew, which as the name suggests, makes the Stronger Stimulant and Acidic Mixture Dip effect permanent as long as you don't sell or Adora sacrifice the tower. Next, on to the next path for a few upgrades. Starting off here, we have the Stronger Acid upgrade, which just upgrades the acid's tick rate to once every 1.5 seconds from once every 2 seconds, increases its uptime from 4 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Second up, we have the Perishing Potions upgrade, which takes the fortified effect off of ceramics and leads, and its main attack now does 5 Moab damage with an extra 15 tacked onto that if it's fortified. It also improves the top path Alchemist's buffing abilities, but I'll get into that during the cross-pathing section. Third and finally, for what I'm going to talk about for the middle path, we have the Unstable Concoction upgrade. What this upgrade does is it puts a debuff on each mob it hits that makes it so whenever it pops, it deals 10% of its non-round scaled HP to all surrounding Moabs and balloons. Okay, now onto the cross-pathing options for the top path Alchemist. Fun fact, cross-pathing in the Permabrew does literally nothing to its buffing abilities, so I'm just going to go over its cross-pathing effects for the 3rd and 4th tiers. The only upgrade in the middle path that affects the top path is the second one, and it makes it so that the buff now lasts either for 1 more second or for 15 more attacks. It also decreases the buff cooldown on towers it buffs by 1 second. Now for the bottom path, and only the 1st tier, this path does something to its buffing ability, and that's the fact that it makes the Alchemist now throw both its main attacks and buffs 25% faster. If you want a surefire guide on which cross path to go with, you should always go middle path if you have 1 to 2 towers, and then bottom path if you have any more than that. Next, we have the cross pathing for the middle path. At the top path, there's just the 5 pierce increase and the acidic mixture dip buff, which really isn't all that useful by itself. Now, if you go the bottom path, in this case, both upgrades are actually useful, as while faster throwing doesn't technically buff the tower DPS as much as larger potions upgrade does, it is more versatile DPS as all the pierce doesn't always get used up, but the attack speed always does. And it also has the acid pool upgrade, which if the tower doesn't currently have any balloons in its range, it throws acid pools on the track that have 5 pierce each and still apply the debuff, and they last for 7 seconds. In this case, you should almost always go bottom path. Now, as a random different bit at the end, because I can't really do a damage test with the Alchemist just by itself, I can tell you some of the best ways to maximize its damage buffs. First of all, if any of these alchemist towers you want to get could even remotely help you out, you should absolutely get them, as up to the 4th tier for the top path and the 3rd tier middle path will only cost you around a combined cost of $10,000. Now, if you want to maximize the effectiveness of the top path alchemist, it works best with towers that A, fire a crap ton of projectiles like the top path monkey ace, that B, have a high pierce to begin with like the sun avatar, and C, possibly have a low base damage like the top path ninja, though that last one isn't required, it just increases the DPS more drastically. Now, the middle path alchemist does the most damage when there are a crazy amount of mob class balloons grouped together, as its explosion effect can often cascade and cause some beautiful mayhem. Prime examples of rounds where this tower excels are the aggressive BFB and ZOMG rounds that appear in the 90s, like rounds 94, 96, and 98. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the alchemist? Let me know down below with what you think of the tower, and also if you have a question on something that I missed, let me know down there as well. Also, I have a community Discord link down below in the description that I forgot to advertise for the last few videos. Whoops! Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!